Okay, just a moment ago we talked about distance in the coordinate plane, and we talked about using the distance formula. I had made an oops there a moment ago, so I apologize for that. So this is x1, this is y1, that's x2, and that's y2. That's all stuff you should have learned in algebra last year. All right, next, we got a couple more things to discuss. Let's talk about, it says name a pair of vertical angles. Remember, vertical angles are part of the same two lines. They share a common endpoint, and they also have equal measure. So in this case, it would be angle 2 and angle 4. You would think that angle 3 and angle 5 would be, but they're not. And I'll show you why. Angle 3 and angle 5 are not. I'll cross that out because if you look, this is angle 3 and angle 5 is much smaller. It doesn't have everything that angle 3 has. So the next thing we're going to talk about is complementary angles. If two angles are complementary, they form a right angle. In this case, the only one that we know of is angle 1 and angle 2. Now, for the last one, it says name a pair of supplementary angles. There are actually two in this diagram. They would be angle 4 and angle 3. And you can also say angle 2 and angle 3, because these two angles are supplementary, and those two angles are also supplementary as well. So take a look at that and look at those relationships. You are going to have to know. Remember, supplementary means that they form a line, and complementary means that they form a right angle. Those are things you need to know for this class. All right. Now, the last thing we're going to cover here is the following. You got to read the problem carefully and see what's being asked. And all the information is in the wording. Okay, so it says determine the measure of angle QSV if SA bisects the angle. So here it says angle QSV right there. I'll highlight this in yellow. And it says that SA bisects the angle. So SA right here in blue splits it in half. So that means that both parts right here are equal to each other. So that means that 4B plus 12 equals, that's QSA right there. And ASV is 7B minus 3. Those two parts, because it says bisect, means they're equal. So I'm going to set them equal, and I'm going to write 4B plus 12 equals 7B minus 3. And from here, we just do the algebra. I always subtract the smallest variable. So 12 equals 3B minus 3. I add 3, and I get 15 equals 3B. And then, so therefore, B equals 15 divided by 3, which is 5. So B is 5. But I want to know the measure of the angle. So I have to plug them both in. And once I do that, I got 4 times 5 plus 12, which is 32. So this angle has a measure of 32. Well, the next one should also be the same. When I plug in 7 times 5 minus 3 is also going to be 32. Now, I wrote the wrong number down here, so let me fix that real quick. And I'm going to make that so that's 32, and this right here is also 32 as well. All right. So that's the review for chapter 7. Or excuse me, not chapter 7, chapter 1. I was looking at the number 7 down here for station 7. I apologize for that. Make sure that if you have any questions over what you have seen so far, that you asked, because the quiz will be sometime during the class period. I'll have more information on how we're going to do the quiz here sometime in the next few days. So be prepared for that. But this is the video. This is Saul's. This will be Saul's version of the quiz review, and it'll be posted on Canvas here very shortly. All right. Good luck, and make sure if you have any questions that you ask me